Okay, so core thought number 3. She's a hard worker. And this actually ties back into core thought number 2. Some of the scripture, I'm also going to share 15. I'm not going to read it again, but we've already read about how she rises early to prepare breakfast for her household. She prepares the day's work for her servant girls. That talks about how hardworking that she is. But also in verse 17, it talks that she is energetic and strong and a hard worker. It actually says that she's a hard worker. Let's go down to verse 18. It says that her lamp burns late into the night. Like, though she rises early, she stays up late as well. And we're going to find out what she does here in a little bit, but we know that about her. Also, verse 19, it says her hands are busy spinning thread, her fingers twisting fiber. 21 says she has no fear of winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothes. And we can say, well, how, if you're putting two and two together, it talks about how she sews. You know what I'm saying? She makes clothes for her family. She makes sure that everyone is clothed. They're going to be warm. I don't worry about if we're going to go cold for the winter because I know how to make clothes. And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that everyone has the proper clothes. Okay. Also, verse 25 talks about she laughs without fear of the future. And that goes back to that previous verse. Like, why am I going to worry about if my family's going to be cold? Because I have the skill. Sidebar, that's coming up later, but I know how to make clothes. I'm not going to worry because I know that I'm going to be prepared. That goes back to the previous point in verse 1. I mean, core thought number 1. Also, lastly, verse 27. In 27, it says she carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing because of laziness. So right there, flat blank, if you had any thought, any curiosity, was she kind of lazy? No, it says she didn't suffer anything from being lazy. And so that is core thought number 3. She's hardworking. Core thought number 4, she manages her home. Now, one of the things that I actually have heard a lot of people talk about that I actually think that all women should do is be a good manager of the home. The man, yes, is the head of the household. He is head of the household, but the woman manages the home. And think about it, women, like, we're good at it. That's something that naturally comes to women. Like, we're really good at organizing everyone in our home. We can keep a running tally of what's going on in our home. Who needs this project to be turned in? Who needs this doctor's appointment? Oh, I need to run this errand for that person. It comes natural to us. And it says here that she manages her home. And again, a lot of these scriptures, they overlap each other, but verse 15 and 16 definitely talks about that. Talks about how she gets up early in the morning, to prepare her household. Down in 16, it says that she goes to inspects a field, buys it. With her earnings, she plants a vineyard. Also, verse 21, which we have also read, says that she does not fear of anything that is to come, and she carefully watches over her household in verse 27. These are the themes that we can draw from this passage. She manages her home. And that is core thought number 4. Core thought number 5. And to be honest with you, though I love all of these core thoughts, I really do. But this one is the one that gets me the most excited, because one of the things that I feel a lot of times that there are some outlets that say, or they insinuate, that a woman's place is just to be at home, a stay-at-home mom, and that's what you do. You just take care of the kids and you clean and you cook. Now, if that is your lot in life, I'm not judging. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But one of the things that I definitely feel that this passage talks about, and you cannot overlook, is this lady's business acumen. She was financially literate. And the scripture says it down in verse 14. It says she is like a merchant ship bringing her food from afar. How would she know how to do that? How would she get that food from afar if she had no money? Like, how, if she didn't know how to budget money, how would she know how to bring that food in? Okay. Also, it talks about, we've talked about this before, how she inspects a field, she buys it with her earnings, she plants a vineyard. This is a woman who is shrewd and keen. Just to be honest, she's thoughtful. She's, to me, when I read verse 16 and it says she goes to inspect a field, buys it, and with her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She goes and inspects a field. That means that she has a little knowledge about what real estate is. In modern day, that's real estate, that's investing, that's profit. That's what that is. And that's what modern day would be, And so when I read this, it really excited me because I definitely feel that a woman can definitely stay in the home and work from home and be a stay-at-home mom. But this is a woman who is financially literate. She knows how to manage this. She knows how to manage the money. Not only does she knows how to manage her home, she knows how to manage money. She is knowledgeable about purchases. I would have to say she would know how, first things first, she would know how to budget money. So those are questions we can ask ourselves, whether you're a working mom or you're a stay-at-home mom. Are you hurting your family financially, or are you helping your family financially? Those are things that you do need to ask yourself. Also, verse 22 talks about she makes her own bedspreads. She dresses in fine linen and purple gowns. Verse 24 talks again, says that she makes belted linens, garments, and sashes to sell to the merchants. So this is a woman who has skills, okay? And these skills you can monetize them, okay? So she's doing things and she's thinking ahead of how can this go back to help my family, okay? How can this help others? Like, she has tangible skills that can be used to help others. So that is core thought number 5. Lastly, core thought number 6, she's charitable. She helps the poor. She's benevolent. And it actually says that pretty much verbatim in verse 20. It says that she extends a helping hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. So this is what we are expected to be. Now, I just shared with you point number 5 about that she is financially literate. She has skills that can be monetized to help not only her family, but also the poor and the needy as well. This, like, money is just not to be made just to get rich. It's to help people. Jesus had a heart for the poor, the widows, and the orphans. So that means that we need to have a heart for the poor, the needy, the widows, and the orphans. We are called to be Christ-like. That's why we're called Christians, little Christians, And so anywho, I wanted to point that out, and that is core thought number 6. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too much of a ramble. Like I said, like I was telling you guys, I'm new to being in front of the camera. I'm not really camera shy, but I'm trying to get used to the setup and everything. And so bear with us. We will get better. I know that we're getting better. And I just appreciate you guys coming along on this ride with us. So hopefully the video wasn't all over the place and it wasn't a ramble and you got some type of insight out of it. But I am curious. I do have a question. What characteristics, when you read this passage, what were some characteristics that you could draw from this passage? Go ahead and put that in the comment section and let's keep the conversation going. And again, do not forget to subscribe right there. Ding that notification bell so you don't forget or miss out on any of our videos that we upload. Again, we're going to be loading videos every week on Friday. You have been sitting here chatting with Kim, your hostess with the mostest. And with that being said, thank you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.